Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale, a scary podcast that will not fail. With Kevin and with Brian, you will see the best and worst of scary movie history. They'll watch a classic, then a total fright, and talk about what happened in the night. So pull your blanket close and dim the lights. It's time to join the horror guys.
And if our new theme music didn't tip you off, we're the horror guys.
Yes, we are.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Kevin. Happy New Year.
I want to sing along with that one. Sing along with some passengers in the Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll get married.
Invite along
wives.
the Stepford Wives.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, we've got some movies for you this week, believe it or not.
We do.
What do we got?
We, as usual, have 4 movies and a short. We've got a fun road trip movie, Passenger.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Good times. And then we celebrate New Year's in the middle of the year.
Why?
We
don't know.
Well, because we just discovered this movie is out there. New Year's Absolution. And we go back in time a little bit to the first of the 5 Underworld films, which is kind of a fantasy horror kind of thing. Low on the horror and high on the action.
Vampires and werewolves. You can't go too wrong with that.
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to go way back in time to 1975's The Stepford Wives.
With no vampires and werewolves.
That's the original, The Stepford Wives.
And we got a very weird short film right in the middle of all that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Where are we going to start?
We should start with the road trip.
Passenger. Directed by André Øvredal. I'm probably saying that right because it's one of those funny O's, so he's Norwegian or something.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Zachary Donohue and T.W. Burgess. Stars Jacob Scipio, Lou Llobell, and Melissa Leo. Hour and 37 minutes. Don't ever stop, says the movie poster.
Especially at night.
Spoiler free. A young couple living van life on the road encounter a car accident and end up unintentionally picking up a passenger while they're at it. It's a very special passenger.
It's not an ordinary passenger.
It relies excessively on jump scares, but it's pretty good anyway. The main duo is good together, and it's well made, and we were both entertained.
Yeah, I forgive their jump scares. It was excessive.
Yeah, I really liked Underworld, but it's getting older. As far as newish movies go, this is the best of the week.
Yeah, of the new ones, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, what happens?
Well, Lucas and Daniel drive along an empty country road at night, and they're both bored. They whine about Lucas's dry mouth and needing to pee a lot. And not long after, Lucas does have to pee, so they stop.
Don't stop.
When Lucas gets back in the car, Daniel's gone. And the car is all scratched up, and Daniel's phone is still there. Well, suddenly Daniel flies into the windshield, dropped from high up. And Daniel gets back in the car and speeds away. No, it's not Daniel flying into the windshield. It's Lucas. No, Lucas got out and peed.
Right, so Daniel flies into the windshield.
Right, Lucas gets back into the car,
Right.
not Daniel. Yeah, I'm reading the thing. And nope, the name's wrong there. Anyway, Lucas, after Daniel is swept away again, gets back in the car, runs away, but he keeps passing the same man on the side of the road over and over.
He's in a loop.
And credits roll. And then we got Maddie and Tyler, who are packing up in their big city apartment to live in a van. They start their big, endless road trip. And 6 weeks later, they're living the mobile lifestyle, stuck in traffic, and missing out on their reservations.
We'll be there in 20 minutes, promise.
Yeah. Well, Tyler proposes to her right in the van. He had planned on making it romantic at their destination, but he says, what the heck? Well, suddenly, a neighborhood watch guy bangs on the door and makes them move.
No camping in the residential streets.
Yeah. Then they drive on another hour to a motel. And a car with a crazy driver overtakes them and passes. It's Lucas from earlier. And we have our meetup here. Well, he crashes the car not far ahead. The couple stops to help. Lucas starts to crawl out of the car, but something yanks him back inside. And Maddie hears something moving around out in the woods. I think it's the passenger.
It could be.
Yeah. Well, they get to the motel for the night, but there might be something hiding in their van. It's kind of weird. There's like noises and stuff. And in the morning, they find a claw mark, just the one that was on Lucas's car.
Yeah, they've been marked.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's a van life horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Living in a van down by the river. The van life YouTubers all make this look like a fun lifestyle. You've seen some of them, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, everybody has. But this movie shows the other side of it. Apparently, living in a van, your life will be full of overloud jump scares.
Constantly.
It looks good. It's very well paced. The acting is good. Overall, I liked it a lot. But there are a lot of jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
They do take the cheap way out a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple of times. But overall, it's still really good.
Overall,
yeah.
yes, I think it's worthwhile.
We enjoyed it.
How about we pop up to the end of the year
Okay.
of 2024? 2024's New Year's Absolution. Directed by Nick Leisure, written by Damian Stevens, stars Michael Copran, Joel Brady, and Josh Gilmer. Hour and 25 minutes.
And we just noticed this existed, despite it being New Year's. So.
Spoiler free.
Well, a group of 8 friends get together for a New Year's Eve party. And it's fun and hilarious, right?
No.
Well, the movie takes a while letting us get to know the group. And it's short enough that the pacing moves things along really well. We both noticed that. And then something happens, it leads to something else, and it ends up being the worst party ever.
It is.
Yeah, it's got some horror elements, but it seemed more like a crime thriller. But
I think the way it
we both thought
evolves leads it more into horror. It's not
leans
just
that way
a
for
crazy
sure.
person. There's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, it leans toward horror for sure. Yeah, well, anyway, we both thought it was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Claire and Damon are expecting guests for New Year's Eve. Stuart and Travis are the first to arrive, along with their uninvited dog.
You brought your dog?
Travis,
it's a small, well-behaved dog.
Travis brings his weird little dog Cookie to the party. They talk about Stuart's new $50,000 antique car that doesn't even have airbags. And I thought that was going to go somewhere.
No, it didn't.
Jacob and Misty show up next, and he might be a fitness nut on steroids. He might be. Roy and Kira come last, and they brought drugs. Boy.
Now the party can begin.
It starts raining, so Roy and Kira go to the bathroom for sex, while Misty watches from afar. Afterwards, the 4 men play a game where they write out New Year's resolutions, and then draw them out of a hat.
So you end up with a random resolution. Interesting game.
And they've done this before, and it has had effects on them before.
Mm-hmm.
They have to try to do the thing that they write down over the next year. Stuart, turns out, he pulls one that says he has to write a novel. Roy has to apologize to someone. Damon has to do something for his spouse, even if it hurts. Jacob's message says he has to kill someone.
What?
Well, Jacob gets angry and gets ready to leave. The others try to stop him, and he shows them that he's got a gun. He's a cop, after all. That was last year's resolution, become a cop. He then uses it to accidentally shoot Travis in the leg. Roy, who's a doctor, starts working on the leg when his drugs start to kick in. No one wants to call the cops because that'll ruin Jacob's career, maybe Roy's too, so they put him in the bathtub to hold in the bleeding.
He'll be fine.
Well, Damon then tells the story of Ben, the 5th friend, who died in a game-related sporting accident several years back. Kira suggests the whole thing is done just to show off. They go back in to check on Travis, who is very, very dead now.
Oops.
People just don't look the other way when white cops shoot gay black dudes, bro. Jacob whines.
This'll ruin him.
Roy and Jacob, who are both at fault, cook up a plan to explain it all in the morning. All right, and then it devolves from there.
And as the situation gets worse and worse,
Travis ain't the only one who's dead.
The story keeps evolving too. We're going to tell the police to explain all this, and then it gets worse.
So many horror films leaves one survivor, and you know they're going to go to jail for everything, even if they didn't do it.
They kind of play off that in this.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Takes place on New Year's Eve of 2024 / New Year's Day 2025, so it's a little slow being released. I don't know what the problem with that was. This is a new release, by the way. It just came out.
Mm-hmm.
It also takes a little while to get to the action, but once it does, it's pretty intense.
And it moves steadily, yeah.
It's obviously low budget with just 8 actors and 1 house, but it all looks good. It's nicely paced, and it never lets up. Maybe the one guy at the end got away with it. Maybe. I was half expecting an end credit scene with a twist, but no, the ending that we saw was really the ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overall, it was pretty fun.
I'm going to call this my favorite of the week.
Okay. I think it could have been funnier.
Stepford Wives would be my second favorite. I didn't dislike any of these.
Stepford Wives, I mean, I guess it was impressive at the time, but I don't think it's held up terribly well.
Okay, yeah, I think it's still there.
One that you don't want to hold up too long is Fishballs, 2024's short film.
Oh, this was weird.
Directed by Anwar Johari Ho, written by Victor Yi Fei Chen and Andy Daryl Gomez and Anwar Johari Ho. Stars Kahoe Han and Elise Schick. It is 15 minutes, and it is on YouTube, so you can go watch it right now.
And this is a Malaysian short horror film. We don't get to see those very often from Malaysia.
Maybe one or two movies over the...
It's not real common. Yeah, not
well,
over here.
A man cries in the shower. He's got a serious problem. We flash back to him cutting up fish, which he somehow turns into an erotic thing. What had to do with that fish?
Yeah.
Well, we later see him with a bulge in his pants and is throbbing excessively. Or is it flapping around like a dying fish?
Yeah, it's not super clear. It's not super graphic.
Oh, yes, it is.
Well, okay, it is.
Well, he pulls the dead fish out of the trash can and buries it in the yard. Not long after, he finds that he's losing his hair and his skin is getting scaly. But that's not the worst of it.
Well, that was truly a unique story.
It's, like you said, it's from Malaysia, which is kind of unusual. It's not entirely clear what's really going on, but some of it's also all too clear. Mm-hmm. Our main character has a lot of self-control and self-esteem issues, and that leads to a problem of a sexual nature. The green lighting gives it all a sickly feel, but at times it's a little dark to see what's going on clearly, which I did not think was good. Sometimes you want it to be dark. I wanted to see what was going on here.
Yeah, I did too. Maybe that was the idea, though.
Maybe the prosthetics
they were protecting us.
Yeah, the body horror and prosthetics are just about right, and it is plenty weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want to see a strange and good little horror movie, check this one out.
Which of our oldies are we going to do next?
We should do the Stepford Wives.
All righty. 1975, The Stepford Wives. Directed by Brian Forbes. Written by Ira Levin and William Goldman, stars Catherine Ross, Paula Prentice, and Peter Masterson. Hour and 55 minutes. Trailer in the show notes.
No,
All those words on the movie poster. You don't seem like that anymore.
It's a real wordy poster. Yeah. Something strange is happening in the town of Stepford, where the men spend their nights doing something secret, and every woman acts like every man's dream of the perfect wife, where a young woman watches the dream become a nightmare, and sees the nightmare engulf her best friend, and realizes any moment, any second, her turn is coming.
Well, we don't need to see the movie now. That's all in the poster.
That's in the poster. Yeah.
Spoiler free. A family moves to the small town of Stepford, Connecticut, where the wife and mom starts noticing a sinister undertone and some strange behavior from the wives of the town. It's a good, slow-burn thriller and a time capsule of the society and life of 1975. It's very dated, but very entertaining as well.
Mm-hmm. I thought so.
Yeah, it is. It was clearly, dated for 1975 with women's lib and all that stuff.
Yeah, women's issues, race issues, gender issues, yeah.
How entertaining would it be for a viewer who was not alive in those times?
I think
so. You got an 18-year-old watching it today.
I think they would find it interesting,
okay,
seeing what life was like in 1975 and the technology that was available in 1975. Which this level of the science fiction aspect was not around still today, that we know of.
Yeah. Okay, well, what happens?
Yeah.
What's it about?
Joanna looks depressed at moving out of her big city apartment.
As we saw with Passengers, you should not do that. If you're in the city, stay in the city.
Yeah. She, her husband Walter, and the two kids are moving to a small town named Stepford. It's a huge house, much bigger than she's used to after that little city apartment. Yeah. Plus a yard. Anyway, Carol, one of the neighbors, comes over and brings a casserole and an offer of assistance if they need it. And Walter is really impressed because Carol's like a picture-perfect cookie-cutter image of what Walter thinks a wife should be. After sending the kids to school, Joanna is almost immediately bored.
There's no city life. There's nothing to do.
Yeah. Well, the lady who runs the newspaper comes over and has lots of questions for Joanna. She notices how romantic the couple across the street are. Walter comes home and talks about being invited into the men's association, where all the men, the important men in town, they get together. The family witnesses a minor fender bender at the grocery store, and everyone freaks out. They call an ambulance for the woman who bumped her head, but keeps insisting she's fine. And then Joanna notices the ambulance goes off in the opposite direction from the hospital.
Oh, that's sketchy.
Huh. Yeah. Well, Walter goes to the men's club meeting, and when he comes home, something has him very disturbed.
We should probably stop there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've heard of the movie, you know what it's about.
It's a slow burn.
But let's not spoil it.
Sinister. Slowly Joanna's fear and paranoia builds as she keeps seeing more and more weirdness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this on network TV when it was first released, probably around 75, 76, 77-ish, and I'd heard it was about robots. So I'm like 10 or something like that, and I was expecting something like the $6 Million Man.
Not quite.
I was very disappointed and bored. It's a little young for this one.
I think I was too young at the time to appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
I barely remembered it.
There's so many wood-paneled station wagons. It must have been a suburban thing. Everybody had one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my grandparents had them.
Family-sized.
The Woody wagon.
Uh-huh.
Well, women's lib and equal rights for women were the big topic when the film came out, and the whole film is basically pointing that out, contrasting the free women from the subservient types. The whole thing is a little comical today, but it was a big deal, and people took it fairly serious back in the day.
It's almost satirical for back then too. I mean, how perfect these wives are. You know, they're absurdly storybook perfect. Yeah.
And just looking back over our synopsis, do you think Walter knew what he was getting into when they moved there?
When they moved there, no.
Or was he just impressed with the small town life?
I think that he got suppressed and seduced by the other guys, and they showed him how great it could be. And
yeah, I sort of got the impression from what they're doing to the women that this whole deal had just started.
Fairly recent.
Maybe one or two before Walter and family got there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Walter knew about it ahead of time.
Okay. You've got some trivia there on the commentary.
Oh, yeah, but I can't say it because it talks about the Yeah.
Okay, you'll have to read that one yourself at horrorguys.com or horrorweekly.com.
William Goldman, he had an original screenplay that there were some changes the director Brian Forbes made and didn't like that, and it
was a much more violent ending.
Yeah, and it angered Goldman, and they never spoke again. They were just.
But really, what you've got, what you describe here in your text, is what happens. We just don't see it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we were supposed to see it. Yeah. That ending. Yeah. It was over 50 years ago. No wonder I barely remember it at the theater.
We should change the name of the podcast to the Old Horror Guys.
Yeah.
Horror Old Guys.
We saw these movies when they came out. Yeah. I thought Catherine Ross is really great in the role. And
she was very good, yes.
There's a scene, it's toward the end, where she's starting to figure out, what she suspects is really happening, and she has to talk to a therapist. And, I thought that was a really intense scene. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there are many sequels that I've heard are pretty awful.
I have heard that, too. Yeah.
I have not seen any
and
of them.
The book is out there and is really good, too.
You've read the book?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was most excellent.
I've never been tempted to read the book.
Ira Levin is a mighty fine author, mighty fine writer.
2003, Underworld is next and last. Directed by Len Wiseman, written by Danny McBride, Kevin Grievous, Len Wiseman, and it's in there twice. We liked him so much we wrote it twice.
Yep.
All right. It stars Kate Beckinsale, Scott Speedman, Michael Sheen, Shane Brawley, and Bill Nighy. It is 2 hours and 1 minute long.
And he talks about science in this, right?
No, not that Bill Nighy.
Not that Bill Nighy.
Nighy.
Okay. Nighy, yeah. He pronounces it somewhat differently, yeah. Well, spoiler-free, vampires and werewolves have been at war for hundreds of years. And things get more complicated when one of the vampire warriors falls for a human that the werewolves seem to really want for some reason. A reason that we do find out in what's kind of a complicated political situation and backstory. And 23 years ago, the effects still hold up pretty well.
It does look very good.
Yeah. Movie is high on action and low on the horror elements, but it's werewolves and vampires, so yeah, it's right there. It's on the long side, but it's really entertaining.
Yeah.
This was my second or third time seeing it.
I've seen it several times also, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the second one. I don't think I've seen any of the others, but we'll get to them.
We will, yeah.
Well, we're told that Lucian, the leader of the Lycans, don't call them werewolves, they get offended,
Yeah.
has been killed, and the Lycans all ran off to hide. The vampires have won the age-old battle. 600 years later, the war continues. The new Lycans don't need the full moon anymore, so they become even more dangerous. Celine is a vampire death dealer whose job it is to hunt and kill Lycans.
And there are some Lycans out there that were early primitive ones that are permanently wolf.
Do they show up in the first film?
They do a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, Celine follows a man into the subway, but she's not the only one following him. Suddenly there's a massive shootout, because this is the series that's got the vampires and the werewolves and the guns.
Uh-huh. Yes, it does.
And Celine's partner dies painfully from sunlight-filled bullets. Celine picks up a gun with the special bullets from one of the dead Lycans, but she has to avoid many others. Meanwhile, back in Vampire Mansion, the vamps get upset when they see the bullets, but Craven advises not taking the battle to the dogs. She then goes to a room with some ominous-looking manhole covers on the floor and says that Victor would be more proactive in the battle. But he's asleep right now, leaving Craven in charge of the local situation.
Yeah, they've got these elders that are the ultimate ones in charge, but the current elder is away, and so Craven is the boss.
Meanwhile, a mad scientist-type guy, whose name I never picked up, injects a man with a new serum. The leader of the werewolves come in to check the progress, but this is another failure. We then cut to Michael, the man the wolves were following in the subway. He's a doctor, and he's the subject of their hunt.
Still, what's that about?
We're going to find out.
Uh-huh.
The vampires want him, the werewolves want him.
Yep. Somebody gets him.
Well, probably the best part of the film is the complicated backstory, politics, and world building behind the plot. I looked it up. I don't think it's based on any specific book or series or anything.
I don't think so. And there was some, I guess, some legal hubbub about Vampire the Masquerade game that they thought that it was a little touching on their game too much. And
yeah, that one gets into the
things.
vampire families and clans and stuff, and they're all pretty much the same here. There are vampires.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are similarities. If you like the Vampire the Masquerade and that kind of thing. What was the TV series? Kindred?
Yeah, Kindred.
Yeah,
the
if you like those
Embraced.
kind of things, this is right up your alley.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot of world building behind the plot. The sets and costumes are memorable, and the special effects are very good as well. As Kevin said, it's 23 years old, and it does pretty well hold up.
Yeah, I thought it did. Yeah.
The werewolves aren't too great with today's CGI, but they're not bad. It was good in 2003. It still holds up. Except for the cheap foldable cell phones that everyone uses.
Yeah, what's up with that? There's not a smartphone to be found.
No, there's no internet in your pocket. It's all the little click phones.
Yeah.
I had one.
Yeah, me too.
26 years ago.
Yeah.
What kind of phone will we have in 26 years?
Ooh.
Ooh.
An implantable forearm phone. You think I'm kidding?
I don't think it'll go in your arm. I think it'll go in your head.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week. Stop in next week where we will have more cool movies. I bet we're going to watch more of those Underworld films at least.
I bet we will.
Actually, I think with the exception of Backrooms, which is coming up, next week is going to be Sequel Week. We're going to watch a whole bunch of movies with numbers at the end.
Sequels. I like sequels.
Until next week, I'm Brian.
And I'm Kevin.
And we'll see you next week.
See ya.
The celluloid is flickering, unpacking all the shadows. A symphony of terror, critiquing cinematic horrors. From high art down to cult classics, horror guys, analyzing all